Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are predicting the 2025 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. La predicción de la Copa Caribe de la CONCACAF. We have a new Caribbean Cup to begin. Starting tomorrow. Match day, for the Central American Cup. Then the Caribbean Cup finally gets underway, I guess. Okay. Because one less round. I guess so. 2 groups. 4 teams to the knockout phase, 3 teams to the Champions Cup out of this tournament. Pretty easily once you talk about it. It's pretty damn easy. With that being said, we'll start with Group A. We have in Group A, O&M FC, Mount Pleasant, Central FC, SV Robin Hood, and Mocha FC. 5th place, we have O&M FC, 0 points. I don't see them getting much out of anybody in this group. I think everybody else in this group is better than them. So, it's not going to be pretty for them. 4th place, Central FC. They'll beat O&M, but there's 3 big clubs, Caribbean-wise, in this group. And it ain't going to be pretty for them after they play O&M. Or up until then and then after. Yes. 3rd, Mount Pleasant, 6 points. They'll beat the bottom 2 teams. They'll lose to the top 2 teams. I think there's still a gulf between Mount Pleasant and Robin Hood and Mocha. I still think so. 2nd place, SV Robin Hood, 9 points. The inaugural champions are back in this tournament. They were not here last year because they lost in the Club Shield before the final. Of course. They got upset at the Club Shield. They did not make it back, but now because Suriname has a major league, they're back, and they're here to get their trophy back. They'll get 9 points. Mocha, they could beat them, but we'll see what happens there. But I think they won't. But everybody else, they will. Which means 1st place, Mocha, 12 points. Mocha FC with 12 points. They've made it to the bitter end before. They know where they're supposed to be. They got stomped out last year, but either way, they've been in the knockout phase both years. So, the fact that would change, I just don't really see it. Top 2 for them, and a group win for them. Group B. For Group B, we have Weymouth Wales FC. We have Defense Force FC, Juventus de Cais, Cibao FC, and Cavalier FC, the defending champions. And Cavalier Cibao was the final last year, which will start with a rematch of the final tomorrow. That'll be cool. But 5th place, we have Weymouth Wales FC. They come from the Club Shield. And honestly, it ain't going to be pretty for them. I don't think so. 0 points. 4 points. Juventus de Cais with 3 points. They'll beat Weymouth Wales. Everybody else, no. 3rd place, Defense Force FC with 6 points. They'll beat the bottom 2, the top 2. They're just a leg ahead of them. 6 points. And I think this one's more obvious than the other. 2nd place, Cibao FC with 9 points. They'll beat everybody but Cavalier. Just like last year. They'll beat everybody but Cavalier. And 1st place, Cavalier FC, the defending champions, and the team who's made the final both years, looking to do it again, 12 points. They've been in the final 2 years in a row. Now, Esteli, that's gone very horrible for them. I don't think it will for Cavalier. And Alajuelense, we'll see how that plays out. But we know it's going horrible for Esteli on the Central American side. But either way, Caribbean Cup knockout stage, semifinal 1, we have Mocha FC versus Cibao FC. Over 2 legs, I think Cibao will win because Cibao's the better team of the 2, Dominican Republic-wise. They're both Dominican teams. And Cibao was just a institution. Mocha, they're getting there, but again, they're not there yet. Besides, Mocha did get stomped out last year, and Sabal could probably do the same exact thing to them. Sabal moves on, Mocha to the third place game. Semifinal 2, Cavalier FC versus SV Robin Hood. This is a rematch of the first ever final of this tournament, now in the semifinals of 2025, if it does happen. And this time, I think there will be some revenge. This time, I do believe that in the end, Cavalier will get the better of Robin Hood. Not because Robin Hood's bad, but because this is where we are, I think. Cavalier are the defending champions. We're going to see how they play. I think they want some revenge. And knocking out Robin Hood and keeping them from being a champion 2 out of 3 years, I think they will. Cavalier will be going for a repeat. Robin Hood will be knocked out before they could go for a 2 out of 3. But Cavalier wins the rematch of the first ever final and goes to a third straight final. Third place game, Mocha FC versus SV Robin Hood. I still think Robin Hood's better than Mocha. I do. Robin Hood wins the third place game. They will go to the CONCACAF Champions Cup for the second time in 3 years, even though they didn't make the final. And the final, Cavalier FC versus Sabal FC. Speaking of rematches of the final, we will have the final be the same final it was last year. Yeah. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Another two-legged final between Cavalier and Sabal. Cavalier 3 straight finals, Sabal 2 of the last 3 years. And I still think Cavalier goes back-to-back. Cavalier FC will go back-to-back. Sabal with no revenge. Cavalier beats Sabal in the group stage, and they will beat them on aggregate in the final. Now, how exactly that plays out, I don't know. I'm not going to go down to hair strands and tell you which one's which, but I do believe in the end we have a team like Cavalier FC, who's been in the final 3 straight years, who's the defending champion of this tournament. I, weirdly enough, think the Champions Curse talk will never be able to be made for this tournament because Cavalier will retain and go back-to-back on the 3rd year of this tournament. So Cavalier FC, in my book, will be the Caribbean Cup champions for the 2nd straight year, 3rd straight final for them. Runners-up Sabal for the 2nd straight year. And 3rd place winners will be Robin Hood, which means they will go back to CONCACAF Champions Cup. And I think that's how this will go. So with that being said, there you go. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of Sabal versus Cavalier. Cavalier Sabal. The first game of the Central American Cup. Tomorrow will also be live for Aguila versus Olympia. Live RSR for that one. Wednesday, we have Leagues Cup games, that being Miami versus Tigres, live RSR, and then we'll be live for LA Galaxy versus Pachuca. So we'll flip it, but there's enough time to do that. And then Thursday, we'll be live for Defense Force versus Juventus de Cais, and then live RSR for a Central American Cup game. The late one. I think it's Alajuelense. I'm not sure, but you'll see when I make the streams. So, 2 streams per day, 2 lives, 1 review each day for the next 3 days, 2 Caribbean Cup lives, 2 Central American Cup lives, 2 Leagues Cup lives. So we're spreading the wealth. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.